out where these are stored and how you use them and what makes it work. Remember I told you that sometimes we like to do something to reduce the friction to make it more slippery? And so another thing we could do is the hospital has something called a slide board or a lift board, and it is literally, it's a thin plastic. It's got little holes all the way around it so you can handle it any way you want. It looks like an ultra-thin surfboard or something. So we could turn them up on their side, put in the surfboard thing underneath them, all right, and then we could put a gurney up to the side of the bed. We'd lock the gurney, make it the same height, lock the bed, and we could reach over and go and pull them across that plastic thing because it would be so slippery. Sometimes I don't have time to go find the lift board, and there's not enough of them to go around, and I want to lift somebody, and I need to reduce the friction now. So a cheap old word truck that we used to just take isolation bags. In ICU. Can you stand up there? And actually, we would have the rail up normally, so I'm going to have you hold this so I could go. I could put this right there because the minute you get something plastic down, then you can pull the patient easily without causing any particular problem. This is a lift sheet. It's the thing we put under them to try to get them to, in a sense, have handles. This lift sheet is actually too low for this particular client because the bulk of the weight is from their shoulders to their, hips. Exactly. So we would actually want this up a little bit higher. So I brought a sheet, a half sheet. Did you see it? Did I fold it up? Oh, yeah, thanks. Is that a fitted sheet? Okay. And so I would simply, let's do this. Our person slid down too far in this bed. Their hips aren't bending where the bed is. You can see how far down they are. And on top of it, their lift sheet is soiled. So with my gloves on, I would have you would reach and hold on to this. All right. And now I'm going to want you to let go of that and hang on to them. And hang on to them. Thank you. Doing good. She's doing great. Okay. So this is the whole thing. I don't want a lot of wrinkles because of their skin breakdown. And I'm going to put the center of it in the center of the bed so I know it's not going to be short on one side and long on the other. And I'm fan folding. Oh, sorry, I lost my edge. Okay, so there's a little piece of that that's going to be obvious to her when she pulls out. And so then I would... All right. Okay. She could take the soiled one, and this is now our repositioned lift sheet. Can you put your side rail down? I'm going to have you and I lift our person up here. So the bed is locked. My patient is not going to help me. I'm going to put the head of the bed down because I don't want to work uphill, because I'm not going to try to lift him uphill because that just sounds like a lot of work. She and I are essentially the same height, kind of, sort of, don't you think? Yeah. And so on, but if she wasn't, if it was you and I, who's going to win this battle? Oh, is it my hip height? No. And so they actually have step stools, and they're stackable metal stools so that she and I would be the same height so that when we go to do this, we wouldn't injure people. She and I are going to try to lose the leg weight. We're going to bend both of her legs. So we're only going to lift the upper and lose the pillow. And I'm going to tell the patient, could you cross your arms on your chest? So I'm going to have them do this, all right? If they can do anything for me, it would be cool if they could lift their head. If they can't lift their head, I'm going to get my partner in crime to come and try to hold their head. And then I want you to see my feet. So what I'm going to do is, rather than standing like this and going like that, doesn't that strike you as that's not going to work out too well for my back? I want to have a wide base of support, all right, because I don't want to be tipping over. I'm not going to be like, doing that kind of stuff. But it helps if you actually have your one foot pointed in the direction you're going. All right, so you're going to have your one foot headed up. And we're going to do this on a count of 3. I'm going to roll this up. All right, roll up. Yeah, okay. All right, so 1, 2, 3. It's just that easy. All right? I know. But that's what I want you to practice over there. Sorry. Thank you, sir. And then we could get them repositioned and fixed.